Hi everyone, I hope you are all enjoying your weekend so far. I'm back to share the tutorial that you guys requested for this card with the added bookmark. Super simple, and I'm going to show you two ways how to create your bookmark. You can either do the rounded edge like I did here, which is kind of a cute little tag style, or I was checking out my bookmark I have in my collection, and yes, I am a Harry Potter fan, but if you can see here on the white, it just has rounded corners. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do them both ways and show you guys, you know, if you want to create this kind or the other, entirely up to you. So we have the rounded edge, or we have this one here. This birthday, I'm trying to get my stash built up for birthday cards. So I decided to do this design, and this design came from, and I'll show you guys real quick what I used, and then we can get started. But this design came from this Make Cards Today magazine that was gifted to me. A lot of times I love to get these types of magazines. They come with stamp sets, embossing folders, some come with dies, and I just love them, and they come with all kinds of ideas in the magazine. And the style that I chose is this one right here, this design. I loved it with the two faux buttons and the circle in the back with the packages stamped on the front. So as you can see, I did a similar design with this one right here, and I used the stamp set that they gave me in the magazine, and I used the gift packages here and the birthday wishes sentiment here. I also used this cute stamp from Little Blue Button Stamps. I don't know if they're still making stamps. I just know I've had this in my stash quite a long time. And this is Eris, and she says reading is good, and there's a little dragon on her shoulder. I don't know if y'all can see that. I just love this stamp. I thought it was so cute for a bookmark. And then I used this sentiment, wishing you a very happy birthday, from the Ready Set stamp collection. And then the paper I used for the actual birthday card is from the Birthday Wishes stack from DCWV. I got this on clearance, oh gosh, a long time ago. And then the punches that I used a circle punch, 1/2 inch, to create my faux buttons here. And then I just used my hole punch to punch the holes. Okay, which you can see here, I made one for our card, and I tied ribbon around it. And then I drew the buttonholes on the back here, and then I just went over it with my hole punch. I like to draw my holes on the back so I can really see where to, you know, place the hole punch, and I'll just tie my ribbon on it later. But I wanted to share with you how I did that. And then I used my corner rounder, which we're going to use today. And then I used this really pretty edge punch from Martha Stewart to create this right here. So this is what it looks like on the front, and then you open it up, and this is our bookmark. Reading lets you travel without moving your feet. And then I just colored her up. Isn't she cute? I love that. And the sentiment I picked up from Pinterest. And then I just used some corner punches here of my scraps, because I love to use up my scraps. I hate throwing paper away. But I have this corner punch for like photos and stuff from Fiskars. So I used this one here. And there's my sentiment on the inside. So as you can see, this was using the corner rounder, and this one is using a 1/2 circle. I'm going to show you both today. So let's get started. Get this stuff out of my way here. Okay, what you're going to need is a sheet of cardstock that measures 11 inches by 6. And we're going to put it in our scoreboard. Line it up at the 11-inch mark. Try not to knock over my camera today. And we're going to score it at 4.5 inches. And then you're going to score it again at 9 inches. And that's going to give you the 2-inch width bookmark on the edge. Let's put our scoreboard away. And we're going to fold up our score line. Okay, now I'm going to set this one aside for a second, and I'm going to bring out one that I already have folded up, and I'm going to show you how I did my rounded edge. It was so super simple. I just took something that had a round base, like my Terran tape, and I just lined it up. I took my pen, I drew my line, and now I'm going to cut it. So I'm just going to follow my line. Right up to that score line that we made, and then cut on that score line. And just make sure you round your edge really nice. Okay, so that's it. Now basically, you're going to measure your mat to the height that you made with your rounded edge. So that's all going to depend on you and where you place your rounded edge. Across, I did my mat here in the back. In the front, I did 1 7/8 inches across, and now the height's all going to depend on you, like I said, wherever you lay your rounded edge. So you'll have to measure that one. But for the mat on the inside and the mat on the outside, the basic mat, I measured that at 5 3/4 by 4 1/4 on the outside and the inside. So those are the measurements for this style card here. And then all I did was take my hole punch and punched a hole in the center. I did the same thing with my mat, and then I tied a ribbon. Okay, so that's how you create that one. And then for this style here, with all the measurements, and this style, what we're going to do is decorate the front of our card first. Okay, so for this top piece here, I measured 4 3/8 by 3 1/4, and I'm going to round my edge here and here only. Same thing with my paper. Just going to round the edge at the top. Use my tape runner. And I decided not to mat my bookmark this time because I wanted to use that, cute little stamp. Okay, so I'm going to try and line this up. Alright, there we go. And then I did the pink piece, which is your bottom piece. That measures 2 inches by 4 3/8. And since the bottom of my card is rounded, I'm going to round the bottom corner of my mat. And I'm going to lay that on. Looks pretty good. And then my next piece is going to be the blue piece here. Now what I did was I measured it at 1 1/2 by 4 3/8. And then I went in with my edge punch here. You line this up. and punch out my border. I love these decorative border punches. I think they're so cute. And I'm going to put some tape on that. And then the scallop circle that I used here, that measures about 3¼ inches across. In case you don't have any, scallop dies and you want to use a circle, I would try to cut it at like 3¼ inches. And I place that there. And then I already have my stamp colored and stamped out. And the white square I used at 2¼ by 2¼ just going to add some tape to this. And I kind of want to center that in the scallop. And then I have my birthday wishes sentiment I made a little banner with. And I have some foam tape on the back for dimension. And I want to add a little tape to this part, this edge part here. And I'm kind of going to put that down here in the bottom corner. Okay, and then the next part is just pretty much to add my buttons, which I will do after the video. Now, in order to create the bookmark, it is so super simple. All you need to do is fold your bookmark in, get your corner rounder, round the corner at the bottom here, corner at the top, fold it back out, and round your edges here. That's it. So simple. And then if you want to mat this, you could measure 1 7/8 across by like 5 7/8 down if you wanted a mat. If not, you could just, find a cute stamp in your stash and stamp it. And then what I did all the way down my score line, some people have like a rotary cutter that makes little dots in it, perforation dots. I didn't have that. So I just used my pokey tool here, has a really sharp edge, and basically all I did was go down every about 1/4 inch, and I poked through to perforate. I don't know if the camera will pick this up, the score line all the way down. And then when I give somebody this card, I'll just tell them cut on the perforated line to release your bookmark. And that's it, guys. That is how you create these cute little greeting cards with a bookmark attached. I think these would also make really nice thank you gifts if you did a thank you card and then added a bookmark inside for people that you know that love to read. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and happy crafting.